Welcome, everybody. It's Chris here from AppSumo, and we have a really special guest joining us today. Andrew from Video to Blog is joining us for the next edition of Meet the Founders, where we do an interactive demo, answer your questions, and explore some best practices as well. So thanks to everybody who's joining. We've got people jumping on right now. Please, can you let me know in the comments where you're checking in from? And I hope you enjoy this live stream today. So, Andrew, over to you. I know I've kind of briefly introduced yourself, but please can you fully introduce yourself and tell me a little bit more about what Video to Blog is.
Sure. Thanks, Chris, for having me. This is awesome. My name is Andrew Petrovic, founder of Video to Blog. I'm a software engineer by trade, but I have been, creating products for a while now. And so my latest one, Video to Blog, is basically just a web app that takes a video and creates a really awesome blog post from it. There's a lot more to it, but at its core, that's really what it does. And we try to do that in the simplest way and the most powerful way possible.
Cool. Colorado. So that's really random, but we got somebody coming in from Colorado. So you said you're a software engineer. What other products have you built before this, before building Video to Blog?
So I had my own startup for a little bit, for about 3 years, and that was a mobile app that used Bluetooth beacons to as a reward program for local businesses. So instead of using punch cards, you would download an app, and it would reward customers for how much time they spent in a restaurant or a bar. So I had that for about 3 years. That's one I built, and then I've had other jobs just where I've worked on mobile apps and web apps. And then aside from that, ever since AI came out, just built a bunch of different products that no one wanted up until Video to Blog. So I've had a lot of experience building stuff that people don't want. So finally happy to have Video to Blog now, which seems at least some people like it. So really happy to have users.
We're loving it, and it's a top performing deal, so it's great that, and the reviews have been really great on it. You've got five tacos as an average, which is just fantastic. So how did you come up with the concept, or why did you come up with the concept of Video to Blog?
So like I said, I was been messing with AI a lot, and really its ability to generate like really good blog posts. So I had some couple apps I was working with, and then I came across someone was trying to hire a software engineer to the problem he was having is he was pasting in his video transcripts into Chat GPT, but he was hitting a length limit. So he was like, my transcript's too long. How can I get around this? And so that's when I kind of like, I had a product that already did that, and I was like, I wonder if this is, if this is a bigger need. And so I hacked together a Video to Blog in a day or two and posted it on Reddit, and the feedback was great. So I've just been building onto it ever since.
And did you always originally create it just to convert from video to blog?
I had something else, that created blogs for a different niche. But ever since Video to Blog, and ever since I came across that use case, and just to test it out, it's always just been plug in a video and get a blog. Try to make it as simple as possible.
Awesome. So, what are some of the features that are stand out for you? That are the reason why people love. What's the favorite feature on Video to Blog? That's probably a better question.
I think screenshots is the number one, and I think that's because I think there are a lot of similar products, but I haven't seen any, at least, that offer the ability to like automatically add screenshots. So I think that's been a big feature. But we also offer the ability to do stock images. So we're real big on the whole motto is I just want to make the highest quality blog post possible, because there's a lot of AI crap out there that people are generating, and I don't want to be a part of that. And so, I think to give, what makes a great blog post? Like, well, you need really great written content, but you also need images. And so, like, we're really big on giving users all the tools they need to add great visuals into their blogs, as well as links. That's another huge component of having a high quality blog post. So we had, we have a bunch of different features that make it really easy to automatically add links to your blogs and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, the whole goal is like, we want to make this as simple as possible, but we also want to give users all the tools they need to create really high quality content. And AI should be helping, but not writing the content for you. And we just, again, we don't want people churning out AI crap that doesn't make any sense. We want high valuable content that people actually read. So yeah, all of our features are kind of revolved around that idea.
And how do you avoid AI content being created and it being crap with
Yeah,
video
we
to
try
blog?
to it's a combination of, one, by default we just try to create the best content possible. So we have a lot of different techniques that we're still learning and still experimenting on. I have like really great content writers that are helping me refine our prompts and pretty much define, like, what does it mean to be a great blog post. And so the first thing is we just try to give, out of the box, without doing anything, a really great piece of content. But then also, like I mentioned, we try to give users all the features they need to enhance that content. And then I think the other part that I'm trying to get better at, we're not good at right now, is educating our users about how to use the product and to really create great content. Because I think video blogs designed to get you, 90% there maybe. But I think we need to do a better job of providing better tools for users to be able to edit their blog and get that extra 10% to real high quality content.
Yes, and we have a question in here that, and we'll cover a lot more questions during the demonstration. But online video mastery, great channel name. Looking forward to hearing how this tech assists SEO. One question for now: does it help to identify keywords for our niches?
No, so it definitely helps with SEO. So all the blog posts come automatically SEO optimized. We generate metadata, meta title, and we definitely optimize everything on SEO. It does not identify keywords for niches. That's something I've messed with, and I love the idea, and I want video to blog to be able to do that. The problem is, maybe I need to do some more research, but any sort of service that I've used for keyword, identification has been really expensive. And so as of right now, again, for my research, it would be an expensive feature to offer.
Yeah, yeah, and that's great. So I think if we go into a demo, I'm going to have more questions for you, and um, while you're watching as well, if you come across the demonstration and a question comes to mind, please just ask it, and we'll get that answered for you. So over to you, Andrew.
Cool. Yeah, let me share my screen. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, so this is our homepage. I'll go through like a really quick demo. So I'm going to use this video. This is it's a tutorial video on Excel. So it's a great video to like demonstrate screenshots. Also, this video is under Creative Commons license, so it's not mine, but I'm able to use it. So all you do, so I'm going to paste in a link, and I'll go over the options. But again, so one of our things is we want to make this as easy as possible. So you paste in a link. I can hit this button right now and generate a blog, and that's it. Before I do that, I kind of want to just go over some of the options we offer. So as I mentioned, some of the important things to make a great quality blog post. One of those is adding like visuals. So we make it real easy to, in this case, add screenshots or stock images. I'm going to add screenshots since this video is a Excel tutorial. He shares his screen a lot, so it's a great candidate for screenshots. Uh, We also offer the ability to quickly and automatically add links. So in this case, we have an option to include the links from the description, and that just means that on this YouTube video and most YouTube videos, he has some links in this YouTube description. So when we have that checkbox checked, our AI is actually going to look at all these links, parse them, and then it's going to include some or all of them into the blog in a natural way, so you don't have to do anything. We offer other ways to add links. You can add them manually. You can also add them from your sitemap, so from your website. We also offer like a really easy way to offer to add in a CTA, a call to action. I'm not going to do that on this one. And then we do have more options. I'll just quickly go over these. You can change the length of the blog post. We support blog posts up to 2,500 words. You can generate the blog post in any language you want. Doesn't matter what language the blog post, the video is spoken in. You can generate it, in whatever language you want. We give some just quick select actions to add a tone or point of view that you want the blog to be written in, as well as a key phrase. You can add table of contents, frequently asked questions, and we offer some more options as well. So I'll just go ahead and leave it as that. We have this custom instructions field, and I'll go over that in a little bit. That's an important one. But all that said, all I've done is just paste it in a link. I can click a button, and it's going to start generating this post. So this video is, I think it's about 40 minutes long. So it's going to take just a minute to transcribe. Still shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. This is a change we made recently, right before AppSumo, where by default, we transcribe all videos using our premium transcription service. And so what I mean by that is previously we would use the transcript that's on the YouTube video, which it's good, but it's not great. And so now by default, you don't have to do anything. We use our service, which is much better, much higher quality transcripts, and which in turn, it just leads to higher quality blog posts. So this will go and start generating. We'll start seeing stuff on the screen pretty quickly. And again, that transcript process that we had to wait, which usually doesn't take that long for shorter videos, it's only needs to be done the first time. So when we go and regenerate this, which I recommend everyone does because you get unlimited regenerations for a particular post, it'll be a lot quicker. We don't have to wait on that transcript to transcribe. But we'll go through here. It should take about 30 to 60 seconds to generate the content, and then maybe another 30 or 60 seconds to add the screenshots. But as it's generated, you can go. We try to show you something on the screen as quickly as possible, so that you can go ahead and start reading it, seeing if you like it, see major changes need to be made, and then once it's done generating. You can go edit it like you would any normal document editor. You can add stuff, add text. We offer some AI tools to help you add content or refine content. We've got this, we have a ton of options to add different images. You can add AI images. You can upload images. You can manually add screenshots, like incredibly easy. Just go select and hit a button. You can also add stock images super easily. These all come from Unsplash. And so these are all options to add images or add content after your blog post is generated, if you didn't select these options before when you regenerate it. I'll pause there. Are there any questions in the chat or anything?
There are no questions in the chat, but
Okay.
if you do have questions, please just ask them away. So I have a question. So you've uploaded the video and you've transcribed it. Now, is this the preferred structure for the blog that most like SEO experts would recommend, or blog writers would recommend, or do you recommend we change the structure?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we, by default, try to structure the blog in a way that by default, we optimize on our prompts for readability. So we try to do short paragraphs and just make everything very readable and scannable. Um, but everyone wants something different. So there's no one size fits all. And so where that comes in, and that's a great question and great segue into our custom instructions. So this is probably one of the most important fields with video to blog, but um, here you pretty much have access to our AI. So you can tell the AI whatever you want. So if you wanted a different structure, if you wanted it written in a different way, you can put anything and everything into this field. I'm trying to work better on getting better documentation to um, show people what all can be done. One of the really cool things we just added recently is that this custom instructions can now parse links. So what you can do is if a lot of times it's you kind of know what you want your blog article to look like, but it's hard to describe. And what's easier is going to get an example. So you can go and get an example from a website and put raw links into this box and be like, hey, write the blog in the same style and tone as these links, and just paste in links right here. And it's a great way to like really get your blog looking like how you want it to look. The links are also a great way to add sources. So you can say something like, write the blog using the following sources and paste in 3, 4, however many links you want. And our AI will go out to those links, they'll parse that content, and it will do whatever you want it to do in the instructions. So, yeah, to answer your question, like we try to give what we think is the best blog, but that's up for interpretation. And this is why we have this field, this custom instructions field, because it lets users really customize their blog in any way that they want. And again, these instructions get sent directly to our AI. So tons of options to do there.
Yeah, we do have a question that has come up again by there's a couple of people now, so that's great. Looks cool. This demo example is in the public domain. Is there a warning or other mechanism to help keep people from swiping content in copyrighted videos?
Yeah, it's a great question. So before I comment on that, I guess I'll preface it with like I'm not a lawyer. Um, I can offer my take on that. And so video blog was designed to use on your own videos. That's kind of how I envisioned it. I think the question that he's asking, I get asked a lot, is like, can you use other people's videos? Um, my understanding of the law, again, I'm not a lawyer, is that is copyright infringement. So my if you're worried about it, my rule of thumb is that one, you should ask the owner of the video for permission. Two, you should always cite the video if it's not yours. And then three, if you're worried about it, you can always use videos under the Creative Commons license, like I just did. So there's a filter on YouTube. You can search for videos for like only for Creative Commons licenses and use those as well. Just to make sure I answered the question fully, like no, we don't have a warning because we don't know if we don't have a YouTube integration right now, so there's no way for us to verify if someone owns a video or not.
Yeah, no,
So yeah,
that's great. Yeah, so recommendations there is use your own videos to create blogs and repurpose your video
if,
content. Do you,
if you're worried about it, then
yeah,
yes. That's it. I haven't seen many lawsuits of YouTubers suing other people for using their content because I think they like the free publicity. But that goes back to, if you're using someone else's content, ask for permission, but also just source it. It's just the right thing to do. If it's not yours, you need to source it.
yeah. Okay, great. Navid, I did not know we can add links in the prompt box. Yeah, so that was quite the when you did the demo and you shared in the instructions, you can add links and you can specify the tone. Yeah, that was a really cool feature. And the screenshots was what impressed me the most. Is scanning through and clicking on a different screenshot. Yeah. So, what are the features have been requested during the AppSumo campaign, and are there ones you're like super excited to be working on at the moment that are coming
Yeah,
down on the roadmap?
yeah. So I think um, I guess the one I'm probably most excited about is the automation. So I'm working on that now. I don't know when it'll be released, but definitely want to give users the ability to automate. So when they post a new YouTube video on their channel, we automatically detect that, create a blog post for them, send them an email that says, "Hey, here's this blog post," and can even like automate it to send to their website. So we're working on that now. Hopefully that will be out soon. The other thing we're working on, based off the AppSumo feedback, is documentation and tutorials. Something that's something we need. We need not only to just document and show people how to use it, although I have made this app as simple as possible to use. So the first thing is, I want it to be very simple to use, where you don't need documentation. But we still, we're working on providing that documentation as well as tutorials. Just like that last question, that was a great call out that they didn't know they could do, put links in there, and that's because that's my fault. We haven't made that clear in the app. So those are the two things we're working on now. And then based off AppSumo feedback, we're going to end up adding bulk processing at some point. And then as well as team plans is the next big thing. But there's also been tons of other smaller features and like fixes that I've implemented almost immediately just based off feedback. So yeah, the feedback from AppSumo has been amazing. It's really helped sharpen this product. Just so many bugs and so many edge cases that I'd never thought of, and like little feature enhancements that I'm just adding as I go. So
Also,
yeah, the feedback's been great.
no, that's great that you've been able to make immediate changes, and yeah, it people are loving it. So it's great to see those reviews as well. I'm going to pass it back to you to continue the demo.
Cool. So yeah, I'll go over. So with the screenshots, since this was automatically added, a lot of time on the screenshots, it doesn't get it perfect. And so one thing I do want to mention is we offer an easy way to quickly select other screenshots around that same time. So when I'm doing the blog post for me, a lot of times, this screenshot won't be exactly what I want, but one of these will be, exactly what I want. So we make it real easy to get that, as well as if none of them are accurate, again, you can go back to this dialogue and select a particular screenshot. So just makes it real easy to get those screenshots right. And then, I'll mention, so we have this, call it a content analyzer, but, part of, the mission of we want to give users the ability to create really high quality blog posts. To do that, we need to answer the question like, all right, what is a high quality blog post? And so we offer a bunch of different tools and metrics to let users know, like whether there's anything off that makes the post not high quality. So we look at readability. We look at the content structure. If you're trying to optimize on a key phrase, you can put that in here, and we look at those metrics as well. So it's just a nice, easy check to see if there's anything off or that could be better about the blog post. We also have this AI content detector. Full disclosure, I don't, our users find this really important. I don't think it's that important. As far as I wish users, my advice would be like, you know, focus on making your content great and readable. But that said, since Google, I think, announced that they might penalize AI content, we've offered this feature. It's been super popular. We use a third-party provider. It used to be Ghost. Now we switched to Phrasely. Basically, it will look at the blog post and it will tell you if it's detected as likely to have been written by AI. If it is, which in this case it was, we offer you a way to humanize it, again, using that same service, and it's going to go and slightly rewrite some of the text so that it bypasses those AI content detectors. Super popular feature. With my blog post, I don't really worry about it. I focus more on making the content readable and high quality. But we offer this, and people love it.
How
So
does it work? Do, does it add opinions into it to humanize it?
it's a great question. I don't know. That's why we use a company called. We used to use Ghost, but they've had issues. But now we use a company called Phrasely. So you have to dig into that. It's something I've kind of wanted to stay away from because I just don't know anything about it. So yeah, we use this service to it detects the AI and it will actually rewrite it. I think what it does, it just from my experience using it, it just goes and like adds some like particular words. It doesn't change the content drastically at all. It will just add. Maybe we'll combine a couple sentences. I'm not an expert on it, but it's never been anything that has drastically changed the blog post um, from every time I've used it. But I guess it's also important to mention that we do have this other feature called revision history, and so each time you humanize it, if for some reason it did change it in a way where you don't like it, a revision is created every time, so you can press this button and then revert back to a previous revision if you didn't like whatever changes it made.
Cool.
Um, So yeah. To answer your question, I don't really know how it works,
Yeah.
but it
Thank
just
you very much.
changes it somehow. I don't know what cues they look for to determine it's written by AI, um, but yeah. So in addition to that, I'll real quickly. So this is where you can view all your metadata that automatically gets generated. You can regenerate it, make changes. When you go to export your blog, which I'll show you in a second, all of this metadata gets automatically exported, whether you're exporting to a website, whether you're downloading the blog, all this gets put in there automatically. We also offer this promotions field that we automatically generate um, promotions for specific social media and email platforms to help you promote your blog. This is something that we've gotten some feedback on. I think users want the ability to, not I think, but users have voiced their opinions. They want the ability to customize the prompts that are used, and so that's something we're definitely going to offer in soon because it makes sense, and totally agree with them on that. So there will be some more features with this as far as giving users more flexibility on to control what kind of uh, posts that are being generated. Um, yeah, other than that, I'll real quickly kind of show the export option. So we give users as many options as we can to get their blog post off a video blog. So you can share a link that's hosted on our website as a quick way to share your blog post with other people without having to download or export it. But you can download your blog in any format: Word, PDF, HTML, as well as you can connect your website if it's a WordPress, .com, .org, Medium, Blogger. We just now offered Ghost as an integration, and I think not I think, but we will be offering Wix at some point. And I think I've gotten some other good feedback about some other integrations to add that will do that as well. Um, but yeah, I think that's right at the 20-minute mark. So I'll go ahead and stop there. That's the gist of it. We offer some other features, but really that's the whole goal. Again, is we want to make it as simple as possible for you to create a high quality blog post, and high quality in our opinion is it's readable, the content structured well, it's got SEO relevant SEO metadata, it's got images, links, and it's written in whatever language you want. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Thank you for sharing, and for sharing the revision history as well. That was a great point to share. Are there any? Okay, so there was a question from Chris, and it was, did you already cover this or not? But I guess since we were on the point of publishing content, is there a way to enable video to post automatically. And it says as a draft instead of published. Video to post automatically.
Yeah, that's actually something we added pretty recently. So yeah, got this checkbox. So yeah, by default, we're going to publish when you export your blog to the website. It's going to by default do it as a draft. But if you don't want to do a draft, you can just unclick this checkbox, and that controls that. This is also something that we're going to offer some more enhancements because we need to. This will expand. I want to give users the ability to specifically choose a featured image. Right now, we just assume that the first image in the blog is your featured image, as well as giving users the ability to edit tags and some other fields. So
Right.
there's gonna be some enhancements here. And then if he's asking about as far as like automatically doing it, we're working on automation, and that will be. I think when we do the automation, if you choose to export it directly to your website, then it will be as a draft by default until users tell me they want me. Until users tell me that they want the ability to publish it not as a draft.
Gotcha. And now it has a couple of questions and suggestions. So if you have a suggestion for video to blog, please drop them in the comments because we'd love to see them as well. Can you have more than one self-hosted WordPress site to export?
Yes.
Perfect. And then a suggestion: it would be nice to export the images and keep the same file name.
Yeah, that's fantastic point. Something I'm going to work on soon. So a recent enhancement I just made based off similar feedback was we do on all automated screenshots or stock images. We have switched to using a WebP format because I think the underlying concern there is that our images aren't optimized, but now they are. So our images are optimized. But yes, we still plan on adding the ability to download all images. Get based on similar feedback, we added this feature where you can download an individual image. But yes, he's totally right. I don't know when we'll do it, but yes, I think what users are wanting, what he's kind of implying, is that they want to host their images on their own website, and so they want an easy way to download all the images and be able to refer to those file names, not by a URL, but by a local file name. So, yeah, totally hear you. Totally agree with you as well. It will be there. I don't know when, matter of priority, but yeah, it's a great suggestion.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other suggestions. So who did you originally create a video to blog for?
In my mind, and still is YouTubers. Anyone that has a YouTube channel. The whole idea in my mind was to, it's an easy way for you to repurpose content. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And tell me more about like your future vision. Where do you see a video to blog being in the next year, or like more like further along? Like what excites you about building it, and what's your like big vision?
Yeah, we're gonna stop sharing. So yeah, I think so as I mentioned, we're maybe the shorter time frame, like 1 to 6 months. We want to do the automation, bulk processing, team plans. So the bigger features I want to get out. But hopefully should have all that definitely in 6 months at the most. As far as like more longer term, this was an idea I've been asked like 2 or 3 times, and I think there's tons of potential, but the ability to add like multiple videos into one blog post, I've messed around with that and I haven't got great results, but I think there's something there. I don't know what it is, but so that's something I might look at again. Just having 3 or 4 videos, being able to mash them into one blog post. Also, definitely want to get better with like sourcing. I'd love to do better external linking and and really like fact checking. And then also like the someone mentioned earlier about the keyword optimization, but that's another great one. I mean, I want to give, you know, if you have a video and you want to turn it into a blog post, what keyword do you optimize on? It's a really hard question to answer, and I would love to add tools in there to do that. But yeah, that something like that would be more on the 6 to 12 month time
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah, perfect. Now there are some more questions. So Joseph has a question. Is there a way to cross-link keywords to posts created by other video to blog posts or other posts in WordPress blog?
I'm trying to understand the question. So there's a way when you say cross link, that makes me think. So you can link to other blog posts on your website, and so to do that, that's we have the sitemap feature. So you can add a sitemap to your website. Our AI will crawl your website and try to include various links from your website into the blog. So for the cross link portion, we offer that. That's also something you can do in the custom instructions as well to really fine tune that. As far as like on keywords, yeah, it's not really optimized on the keyword part. More of just, is this link relevant to the article? Awesome, let's include it in there in a natural way. But if you wanted to optimize on a keyword or specific anchor text, definitely something you can put in the custom instructions, and that's a great use case of that.
Yeah, maybe when you do eventually create your knowledge bases, adding recommendations on what to put in those custom instructions. Is it internal or external links? So
Yeah,
what else we
yeah.
got? Navid again. As you can add a link to a web page in the prompt, can you also add a link to a PDF stored online?
No, and that's yeah, it's really good feedback. And I will mention with adding links to in the prompt, it has to be an article. So if it's an invalid link, we will give you a warning and show you that. But right now, like you can only link to articles. So even if you just link to a regular like landing page, that won't work. So the goal of that is that you should be putting in links to sources or other content to write as examples. But yeah, that's a really good feedback. What you could do that in that case though is you could also just copy the content from a PDF and put it straight in the custom instructions and say, hey, here's a PDF. Um, you know, use the information from this and just paste the raw content in there. There might be a character limit on the custom instructions, but if there is, it's large. So we give you can make those prompts as big as you want and provide sources that are super long. So
Right. So in the do you think in the future with the custom instructions you'll have the ability for people to upload PDF files instead of um, copying from one place to another?
maybe that's the first request I've heard from it. So if it's something that users want, I mean, absolutely. I try to do any feature that people ask for, but it needs to be 2 or 3 people at least asking me from separate sources. So that's the first I've heard of it. But if people keep asking me for it, of course, that's yeah. Anything that helps users create great quality content, I'm all for. So.
Awesome. So I think it would be wise to quickly go over the deal on AppSumo. So is there anything that they need to know about the deal? Um, I think
I don't know. So
yeah.
uh,
So what
no,
they
I mean, yeah, I mean,
yeah
it's all of our. I think that there are some confusions about like, what features are different and stuff. Like, um, as with everything I do, I try to make everything as simple as possible. There's no difference. These are the same. You get all the same features as if you signed up on our website. Every plan's the same. The only thing that changes is the amount of blog posts you can create per month. That's the only thing that differs between any of these plans or any plan on our website.
Perfect. Great. Um, yeah, I don't have any other questions about the deal. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Oh, and I think right at the start somebody asked about is there does this technology help identify keywords for our niches? And I know you mentioned that you will be, but if you're looking for an immediate solution, then Ranklytics is on AppSumo as well, and you can um, get some support with keywords there. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay, do you have any final words for people that are watching on how to use video blog or any best practices?
Um, Use the custom instructions. Those are super powerful. We will very, very soon have documentation, and then shortly after that, we'll have tutorials. So we're working on it, but that'd be my number one recommendation. And then, yeah, I just want to say thank you. Like the AppSumo. So when I did the AppSumo thing, someone reached out to me. I didn't think it was going to be anything, and I was like, sure, why not? Let's try it. And the feedback this past 2 or 3 weeks has been absolutely amazing. So, just a big thanks to the whole AppSumo community. It's really made video to blog so much better in like the past 3 weeks, and it's going to continue to get better. As I get feedback. So, thank you for all your feedback. It's just been great. I'm extremely humbled by it. So, it's awesome.
Awesome. And for all those Plus members out there, who have so if you sign up for AppSumo Plus, you'll get 10% off everything in store, and you'll have access to a private community to network with our partners and other members. But I'm going to ask Andrew, maybe publicly, like right now, if you'd like to join us for a workshop to work with our Plus members to create some content to help you create your tutorials and your knowledge base. Would you like to work with our Plus members to do that?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know the details, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'd love to work with anyone who's interested in using video to blog, giving me feedback, and yeah, so, absolutely.
perfect. So sign up for AppSumo Plus if you want 10% off video to blog, and um, everything else in store. And stay tuned for a workshop with video to blog as well. But I'll send Andrew the details about that and get something arranged. But thank you again for taking the time, and thanks for everybody for asking your questions and suggesting some features as well. We'll see you next week with another founder.